Hello everyone, with a new video. I am here in my YouTube channel Life Study. So, today's topic is modes of disease transmission. Without wasting any more time, let's just start this. I am really happy and excited to start this topic because this is really very interesting. The modes of disease transition are so many. As we all know, disease are something that can come in any ways, any form, and from any time to anyone. So diseases are just the one. So now we are going to study about how are the modes that can transmit from one part to another part. As we all know that disease is something that includes microorganisms. So these microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, can come in any form and in any way. So, disease is basically the passing of communicable diseases from an infective host individual or a group to a specific individual or group, maybe regardless of whether the other individual was previously infected or not. So, in the same way, if someone is having a flu or a viral or a disease, that can be communicable, so it can come to you as well. Now the disease transmission. So basically, infectious diseases are transmitted from person to person by direct or indirect contact, which means that certain types of viruses, like I told you, the microorganism, bacteria, parasites, fungi, can cause infectious diseases like malaria, measles, respiratory illness are some of their examples, the prominent ones. What is a host? A host is a body like you and me or any of us. Any living being is a host that can get an infection from any infected person or from the environment. That is body that we call it as a host. A person who lacks resistance to particular pathogenic agent to prevent disease if or when exposed. So it might be having a immune part or maybe not an immune part, so that can cause any kind of disease. Now, who is a pathogen? The pathogen is an organism that is causing the infection. For example, cholera is caused by bacterium Vibrio cholerae. Specific infections also specific transmission cycles. The pathogen causes the diseases covered in the manual include various microorganisms like virus, bacteria, rickettsial, fungi, protozoa, and helminthes, worms. Now comes to what is the basic dynamics of disease transmission. So how does it enter? Basically, it requires a source. It can be water, air, food, and then comes to as a mode. So it is coming to you by air, by touch, by skin, or by smell, or any other ways, and then you are susceptible to the disease. Now, there are two contacts, like I told you in the beginning, was direct and indirect. So the direct includes contact and droplet spread, and the indirect include airborne, vehicle borne, vector borne. So these are also subdivided into mechanical and biological. Now comes the next important part, which is what are the modes of transmission in brief. So, if I talk about directed contact, like I told you, droplet infection, contact with soil, inoculation of skin, and inside our nose, which is mucosa membrane, transplacental. And if I talk about indirect transmission, it is vehicle borne, mechanical, biological, droplet nuclei, dust. Fomites are also there, which are unclean hands. If you don't wash your hands before and after meal, that is also an important factor. So, like you see on your screen, how come it gets to you with soil? So, sanitation is also a very important role player here. So, if the sanitation problem is there with you, so through soil, it can come to you in any form. That is why it is mandatory and it is always told to wash the things that comes to you, whether it's a vegetable or a fruit or anything that comes to you. We should always wash that with water. Next comes the droplet infection. So if anyone is sneezing, if anyone is coughing, is anyone is talking to you, so these droplets may be of 10 nmm and 5 nmm can come to you, and their speed distance can be 30 to 60 centimeters. So we should always cover it with a handkerchief or a cloth or any of the things that it cannot be spread to other people. Some of the diseases like tuberculosis, influenza, meningococcal meningitis, and whooping cough are some of the examples. Now, direct infection, if you have a pet, a dog, cat, any of them, so they can also be one of the infection factors. So it can come you by a skin or any of their membranes. Now, what is the important thing that you have to keep in mind is 5 F's. So the flies, yes, fingers, fomites like the worms, food and fluid. So these are the 5 important things that you should always remember to keep yourself clean and healthy. So the transmission cycle can come to you in any form, with contact with animals, contact with water, contact with plants, contact with environment, contact with the pathogens. So pathogens like the foreign particles are everywhere. So you should take care of yourself. You should maintain better hygiene. That is a requirement. Coming to the next part, which is the most important. If you have all these diseases, if you now know how they can come to you, you should know what are the prevention measures to be taken. Good care of hygiene, like I told you, hand washing before and after meal, covering your cough. Do not share your personal equipments like glasses, dishes, handkerchiefs. Consume healthy food, very important. If you are healthy, if you're eating healthy, if your lifestyle is good, that is very important, because you are able to fight any infection if your body is healthy and if your body is disease free. Practice physical exercises and use antibiotics sensibly, means if they are prescribed to you, then only you should use them, otherwise not. And thank you so very much. I hope these are all the information that is very valuable to you and is very specific. I try to concise it as small as possible and try to make it very informative. The one thing that I only and always like to say is maintain good health, because your health is the wealth, not anything else. Yes. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. I'll make all these videos and I'll try to make more and more informative videos related to life sciences, study and all of the science topics. Thank you so much.